What did they do to you?
What happened with you and Tommy?
We kissed, that's it. I missed you. I thought you were dead. I couldn't get out of bed. That's it.
You told me the truth.
So the question is, if your brother died and he had a wife that looked like Natalie Portman, would you do her if she gave you the go ahead?
Why would you even wait for him to die?
I know. I was telling Cyrus the other day. I said I killed my brother.
I don't think that was the question this film was asking. Somehow, I'm not surprised.
I think
you
that's
got
the question.
that out of it.
I think that's the question you're asking.
Hey, we haven't officially started the review. Corey just wanted to know.
Yeah, and I'm letting you know myself. Yeah.
And the answer is, you stay the hell away from my wife.
Well, you marry Natalie Portman, you in danger.
You may be
know.
my brother, but I got a shotgun.
All your friends that hang out outside your window like cats.
And I know people get us confused all the time.
They
It's
do.
amazing.
They're
Yeah.
always making that mistake.
No, this movie doesn't exactly put it that way, but we have a situation here where that is kind of hinted at.
Like the movie that we made this movie just to prove to you people that Tobey Maguire and Jake Gyllenhaal are not the same person.
They're two separate people.
What man? Everybody says that they look alike. They never really looked alike. that much to
No.
me.
When Jake Gyllenhaal was young, like back when he did October Sky, or especially the Bubble Boy, I thought he looked so much like Tobey Maguire.
People thought
I couldn't
it
get
was
over
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
I think you just have a hard time because you can't tell white people apart.
That's it too.
And we do all look alike.
That's a good point, Cyrus.
It's a fact.
I thought Tobey Maguire was Natalie Portman for a while. I do her. Oh shit! But
Really? You can't tell the difference between a white person and a Jew? Really?
is Tobey Maguire a Jew?
Natalie Portman.
He's
No,
an actor in
she's
Hollywood.
Israeli.
What?
Come on, dude.
Is she Israeli?
Yeah,
I know. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's from Israel.
Yeah. No.
This movie centers on Tobey Maguire, who plays Sam. He's an army captain.
Yeah, he's a. This is modern day. He's getting ready to go back to Iraq, and he's kind of saying goodbye to his family. While at the same time, his brother Jake, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, is just getting out of prison for. They never really elaborate, but some kind of robbery that he committed at some point.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that big a deal. No one was killed or anything, but he was in jail for a few years.
Yeah, Uncle Tommy.
So yeah, so it's
Tommy,
this transfer point as Jake's coming back, and their father Sam Shepard really does not like his son, played by Jake, and is very proud of Tobey Maguire, but he's an old military vet himself from Vietnam. Meantime, Natalie Portman, Tobey Maguire's wife, is left behind with the two children. Now, of course, he goes off to Iraq, and
he goes to Afghanistan.
Or Afghanistan, you're right. And
Can anyone really tell the difference?
and what happens? Well, Obama, apparently. He goes over there, and his plane is shot down, and as near as we can tell for 10 minutes or so of the film, is presumed dead. As the film The Messenger crosses over with this one.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Two guys show up to tell Natalie Portman.
Yeah, and at this point, we get two different plots happening. We get to see the home back in America where, the Natalie Portman has to kind of proceed without having her husband around. At first she feels nothing, then she starts to miss him. She's got these two little girls who are reacting to this death now. And the only person who's helping her out is Jake Gyllenhaal, who comes in and is starting to fix up the house, starting to support her, and starting to be overall responsible person.
Yeah, he learns how to be a responsible person by stepping up when it's necessary. Now, if you watch the trailer to this, it's going to try and sell you on something this movie isn't at all, which is some lame soap opera. The idea that these two are totally, tapping each other, and it's all like dirty and that sort of thing. And that's not what's happening here.
It's not
at
Princess
all.
and the Frog.
It's funny because from the setup you just gave, it seems unrealistic that they weren't tapping each other.
Yeah,
Well, what they're not showing you is the other half of the movie, the other plot where Tobey Maguire is a prisoner of war, him and his private, and they're being tortured into giving answers. And in the middle of it, before Tobey Maguire can come back home, something horrible happens. I mean, something just really fucked up. And everybody at home thinks he's dead. But when it's announced that he's alive and he's come back home, he's not the same person. I mean, it's almost like a fuck Spider-Man. This dude is the guy that you want to actually help you fight crime.
He's like Spider-Man in Spider-Man 3, where he just goes from being Spider-Man to being a total douchebag.
Except without the dancing.
I was going to say that the Afghanis put the black suit on him.
Yeah. No, he comes back and he is messed up. And I've never ever thought of Tobey Maguire as scary. I always thought of him as Peter Parker. Even when he was Spider-Man, I'm like, I'll whoop his ass. Ain't nothing. But when he comes back, those blue eyes that he have, they become frightening. He just starts staring off into space. He starts being really mean to his kids. I mean, these kids at the table trying to tell a joke. They're like, they call the dog Elephant because it has big ears. And he's like, what you mean by that? He's like, just big ears. Not funny.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
You talking to
Sorry,
me?
yeah. Look, I'm sorry. That punchline is weak. You got no setup. You got no timing.
Tell some jokes.
There's no element of surprise here.
Yeah, so it's like,
Well, I'm the bad guy?
Honey, look, our kids are not going to grow up telling fucking lame jokes.
I'm not raising a bunch of Dane cooks here.
And no, he's very frightening when he comes back, and it's only complicated by it's made more intense when you find out that Tobey Maguire knows that something has happened.
Or he thinks it did.
Yeah,
he didn't know. He's fucked up in the head.
Whatever's happened,
Yeah.
no matter how light or bad, if nothing happened at all, in his mind, he already has it made up that this went on. He feels like, you know what? I did some shitty things over in Afghanistan to get back here to be a family guy, and this is what I have to come back to.
You know what I did to get back to you?
No.
You know what I did? Suffered because of you! And what have you done to my house and my kid's place? You're my brother!
Sam, you know what?
You're my brother, my house!
Sam, please.
I love you, Grace!
These are girls, please.
You know how much I love you! You know what Grace, do you know what you know what I can do with these hands, Grace!
It's even more than that with him, which is why this is interesting, because he definitely feels that, like, if he had been dead, that's kind of what he suspects is what he kind of wishes would have happened, so his wife and kids were taken care of. Yet he's not dead, and it's horrible to think that would have happened in that case. So he is, like, conflicted as they come, is haunted by nightmares constantly. I mean, the thing he had to do in Afghanistan is fucked up, and it would fuck up anybody, like Deer Hunter type of fucked up.
Damn.
You're like, dude, this guy, anybody would be screwy after this. And the movie is really focused on that aspect of it, the whole what it's like to come back. The thing the trailer sells you on, that whole did they or didn't they thing, is really neither here nor there. It's about watching this guy disintegrate.
Yeah. It's an interesting dynamic that the trailer doesn't sell. I mean, it's a lot more going on, and it could work to this movie's benefit, and it could work against it. We were talking about how, certain people are going to go in there and they're going to be like, whoa, this is much deeper than what I thought it was going to be, and this is a great film. And some people are going to be like, thinking that this is the Jerry Springer show.
Yeah.
They're gonna be in there, Jerry. A bitch is gonna come in and hit Tobey Maguire over the head and shit. I mean, it's gonna be that audience that's gonna expect like a soap opera, and they're not gonna get that.
Well, this is weird because it just seems like lately there's been a rash of